I'm great.
Questions?
We'll get started off. Yesterday at the media days, it was announced that you guys, preseason picked to finish tied for third, which is the highest that the Cincinnati team has been picked to finish in the conference. What does that speak about your guys' team and just kind of going into this season, what to expect?
Well, again, I think the biggest thing, preseason is preseason. But I think that it shows a lot of, respect for the players and what they did last year. And also, I think just people looking at, the players that we have coming back. We have a lot of new, though, with, our 9 new players. But I think this veteran group has done a great job of leading them and just putting them in a position where they understand and know what we're trying to do with our culture. So I think it was a great day. We're excited about where, they picked us. But at the end of the day, it's preseason, and our biggest thing is taking one day at a time so we can get better and better.
You guys do have a good core of returners coming, essentially the starting 5 from last year. How does that help leading into this season to have returners with such experience coming back and leading the group?
It says a lot, and I think, every last one of the returners have grown in so many different ways. And so I think as a coach and as a coaching staff, that's all you can ask. And so we're really excited about that. I've challenged both of these young ladies, Ant and Angel, to step up and lead, and they've done that. And I think as a coach, that's all you can ask. And our job is to continue to keep teaching them the things that they need to know to help the young ones, and what our culture is, and how we come every day, and how we prep and prepare, and what our ultimate goal is. And that's for us to be successful and, take this program to new heights.
How much fun has it been for you to see the buzz grow over the last year or so?
It's been incredible. It really has. I'm just excited about just the following and the people that have really reached out and just have really shown the interest that they're excited about where our program's going. And especially when you look at it in this short period of time. But I go back, and I know I've said this over and over again, but it goes back to, all these returners. The returners that are back now this season are the ones that really bought into everything we were doing last year, even when they thought that I was crazy and maybe had like 5 heads when they were looking at me and everything else, myself and the staff. But, we just kept telling them, just keep working and keep, just trusting. And that's a big word. I say it all the time, but that's one of the most important words. And I think, I hope these two really realize how much they really did add to that because of their trust.
Angel, this is for you specifically. Going after last season, making such a deep run in the postseason, what did you guys learn as a team, or even about yourself, that you could take into this season, to possibly repeat that and go further?
Well, I feel the thing that we learned the most is what Coach said, trust. To trust her and the plan that our coaches have established for us. Because anything she says will help us in the long run. And she's won plenty of championships, so we just need to listen to what she says and focus in.
What excites you the most heading into this upcoming season?
The thing that excites me the most is we have 2 great players coming back, Mari and Ant. They got picked second team for the conference, and they're great leaders, great players. And then we have a lot of newcomers, too, that can bring a lot to the table this year. And they're buying into the plan, and they're trusting what Coach has. So I feel that we just have a lot of great strengths coming in this year.
And so with that, Ant, you and Amari were announced yesterday preseason, picked second team. What does that say about you and Amari, and what do you hope that hope to bring to the team this year?
It's always an honor to be, recognized preseason. I think our main focus this year is just to win. So just having that respect and being honored is great and all, but we just want to make sure that this year, we have a great year. We're coming back even hungrier than we were last year. So just keeping that in mind and knowing where we left off last year and knowing there's more. So just focusing on that.
Coach, with some of the success last season, recruiting buzz, and also kind of knowing that UConn's working their way out of the league, have you talked at all about maybe having a bigger target on your back and being a team that other teams in the conference are gunning for now?
Well, I think anytime you go from where we started last year to where we're at now, and to be picked third, I think we do have a target on our back. I think that but that's a great thing, and that's what I shared with the team. Anybody wants to be in a position where you're that team that, no one wants to come to Fifth Third and play, or, those things. Like, that's really important. So, I think in order to have that mentality of where we want this program to go, I think you have to think that way. But at the end of the day, I think it's just as Ant said, we're just trying to focus on day in and day out to get better and better. So when we have our opportunities, we're ready to go.
Coach, Angel talked a little bit about trust. Was there a moment last season you felt like the team started to embrace that trust?
Well, I think we had some moments, but I think the biggest thing was, I'm one of those coaches that I'm really big on relationships. So I think a lot of those moments came on an individual basis, if that makes sense. There was times in the office, or there was times at practice, or there was times where we had one-on-ones, and then we got to practice, and I could see their level of the things that myself and the coaches were saying. I could see our practices getting better. I could see them talking to each other. I could see those things happening. But even from day one, Angel was always very, very vocal. And I challenged her a lot. She stepped up. She's a leader by example also too. Ant was not as vocal. So that was, her and I had struggles. But that's where I knew the trust was going to come a lot, and started with Ant. And when that happened, I think Angel and the rest of everybody else started to see if she can trust and follow, then we can go too.
I want Professor